Hi guys! So we're just doing a quick video following up the last two videos where we did the um, support resistance as well as the trend lines, yeah, the moving averages. So I am just gonna clean up the charts. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the charts are as it is. What I'm going to do is to actually, let's see. So I want to kind of show you guys the different indicators that I use in combination with obviously the Phoenix, which was the previous video that I did. And understanding support and resistance, you guys already would have known. You need to be able to draw at least you need to know what support resistance and need to know why they're important and as well as how to kind of mark them down on the different time frames. All right. Uh, I also did mention there was another indicator that I use, which is this one on my left here, support and resistance levels with breaks. I'm just going to turn that on and I'm going to turn everything else off quickly just so that you have a quick overview of that. So this is how it is, okay? So it kind of marks all the important key levels at the different time frames. So if I were to swap it to the 30 minutes, it will be different. And then if I were to swap it to 3 hours, you can see the different key levels. So it's important to know which time frame you trade on most frequently, and also just understanding that it's also key to know that just because you trade on a 5 minutes does not mean you do not need to know where is the time frame on the key levels on a 1 hour, or vice versa. If you trade an hour, you need to know where the key levels are on the 15 minutes, for example, because price could literally go back there to test it and then go the other direction, which is not in your favor. So it's important to kind of know key levels and understanding charts patterns on the different time frames. All right. So that's that. So you can also add this indicator to support your support resistance markups here, but you do need to, I personally do think that you do need to know how to mark them up because it's important. We can't just rely on you know what I mean, just rely on indicators. I'm going to turn that off. All right, and I'm actually going to just yeah, I'm going to turn back on my Phoenix, as you guys already know. It is my moving averages, the 10, 21, 50, and 200 moving average. I'm not going to go through that. Going to turn on the pin bar indicator and the consolidation zones. So these to me are like really important um, indicators, especially the pin bars. I majorly use the pin bars and the Phoenix, the moving averages to trade. So what I kind of tend to do is to just go down from the top down analysis, which we will do another video later this week to put everything together and to show you guys how I find entries. But pin bar indicator is basically plotting pin bars, guys. Whether it's a bearish pin bar or a bullish pin bar, it really it just depends which side of the, what do you call that? What side of the trend are you on, and whether you're going to take a buy or a sell depending on the Phoenix and especially the 200 moving average. So that's how I kind of do it. But pin bar indicators, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go bigger and I'm just going to show you guys. So basically, if it forms a pin bar, if the candlestick is a pin bar, it's going to plot a bearish pin bar here for you. If it's a bullish pin bar pattern candlestick that has formed, it is going to print a bullish pin bar candlestick. Now you may be thinking, why does it print a bullish pin bar when actually it is going down? Like, so if you had taken this to a buy, for example, because it's a bullish, you would have lost the trade, right? But I want to also kind of tell you guys this bullish and bearish pin bar indicators, it is not an indicator for you to buy or sell. Like, it sounds weird because that's what I use it for, but it's on its own. It is not meant as it's not an indicator to come and tell you like, oh, a bearish pin bar prints, please sell, or a bullish pin bar prints, please sell. That's not what it is there for, at least for me. Yes, it is a rejection pin bar. Yes, it is kind of showing there's going to be a, like, it's going to go up or down. But for me, I think it comes in combination with so many different things. So as a standalone indicator, I really think that you can't just use it to determine whether you're going to buy or sell, because there's a lot of fake signals if you're just simply blindly going to be followed. I'll show you guys a few more fake signals. Like, you can see this, for example, is a bullish pin bar print. Did not go up, you would have lost this trade, right? There's two bearish pin bar prints here for this candle and this one, right? It printed, but it decided to go up. It didn't go down. Do you guys? So it's totally adverse to what it is printing, and it's not like, oh, it's going to print bearish, so it's going to here you printed bearish, sure, it went down. Even this is not a trade that I would have taken, and I'll explain that to you guys in the last video when I actually put everything together and I tell you guys what is it that I look for when I combine all these indicators and how I take my trades. Okay, so but this is what I want you guys to know. So this is the indicator. I'm just going to show you guys the indicator again. So it is the pin bar indicator. If you go to your indicator thing list, I have favorited it. So it's this one by Shizaru. All right. So this is what I use. And I just want to say that, like I said before, as a standalone indicator, I don't think it is the right indicator to give you signals to buy or sell, but it's a very, very powerful indicator when used correctly in combination with other trading strategies, and also making sure you got other confluences, guys. Right? So basically, this video is as short as it is right now, so we are going to end here. But like this is what I mean. So when you have a pin bar indicator, it basically just prints bullish or bearish pin bar. And if you guys want to know what is a pin bar, like I said, there's Google. I personally, for me, I just like to for me, I'm just here sharing with you guys like what is my trading strategy, how that has worked for me, and how I am improving myself so that you guys can just kind of just learn what I'm doing right, what I may not be doing so right, and we all learn along in the journey. And I'm just sharing with you guys what I know in the last 2 years, what I've learned and put together, and it's really been a journey. And we like if you watched all my previous videos, I would have said I've learned so many different strategies, and this combination of strategies which I use right now is basically the far best strategy, at least for me, in terms of minimizing my loss and keeping me consistent. Obviously, there's so many different other things that you need to master, not just trading, which I've said before. Equipping your mind, guys. It's your mindset. Sorry, guys, needed to clear my throat. But yeah, it's your mindset. It's to me how disciplined you are when it comes to trading. And I think a lot of people underestimate that. Like, I can tell you, like, and I'm still mastering it because I still think that there's always those vibes, as I call it, like your mind starts to get emotional, and you kind of I want to do this, I want to do that, and I'm like you start making all the wrong decisions. But I think just being patient and just not being naughty when it comes to your trades is so important. It is just not the trading skill set that's going to make you that 6 figure, 7 figure, and beyond trader. I think it is a lot of it comes down to discipline, guys. All right. So I just want this is just my journey of just sharing with you guys what I use, what I know, and how well that's working for me. So yes, so you can add this indicator to yourself, to your list, and try out and do a lot of back testing, right? Don't just take my word for it. Put them in like after you watch the final video. So I've shown you guys step by step. So I have the support resistance, I have my moving averages, put it now. So the next indicator you want is the pin bar indicator. And obviously then but do your own research, guys. Go up. So if you have the pin bar indicator, if I were you, I would go and read up what are pin bars, what they're used for, how can they be used, how can they be applied in the chart. You guys get me? Like you want to kind of go study more, read up more about it so that you kind of know for yourself and you are well educated on why you're trading the way you're trading, not just because somebody else said it. And I can tell you like that kind of strategy where you just copy and paste somebody else's strategy never really works because I've done that before and I've joined groups, many, many groups before, paid groups. And I used to kind of get signals from them as well, including like live sessions where, they are those traders, they are good at what they do. I've got nothing to say about them. You know where the problem is? It was actually me because what happens is they're trading live and they spot something and then they are like, okay, we're gonna buy this right now. And basically they've already clicked to buy. And by the time we hear it, by the time we see, we understand where the entry point is, where the stop loss is, where the take profit is, we have already passed the entry point. The candle started moving without us. Let's put it that way, right? And so therefore our entry points are not that fantastic, and then we end up coming out in red most of the time when you take signals. And then I started to wonder why are the signals all losing when everybody else in the chats are green, and why am I red? Do you guys get me? And I'm like, that's because of my own self, right? Because you don't know why you're going in. You have no validation, no self reasoning as to why you've taken something. just because somebody said it, you just take it out of hopes to make money. You guys get me? That's when I realized that, you know what, they may be good as traders, but I need to be good as a trader too. And I think that's super important. That's the reason why I think self-education is really important too. Just learning other people's strategy is great, but you improvising on it and you understanding fully why you also want to incorporate that strategy into your trading is equally important. So do your own homework on the moving averages, do your own homework on the pin bars, and then you decide if this works for you. Do a lot of back testing though, right, to see whether that strategy actually works. But in the next video, I will combine all the indicators for you guys and I'll show you exactly how and what I look up for in order before I kind of enter a trade. Okay. And another one that you might also want to kind of study on is the divergence indicator. That is something I don't really use it too much, but it's there. Like if I see something which I know there's going to be a reversal, it's not a key point, or there is like, the end of a trend and the trend reversal is coming soon, I stay away just because you don't want to get stopped out. So divergence is equally important, and the indicator that I use for divergence, it is actually this. It's called the divergence indicator. Let me just see, is that the one that I use? Because I think I had another one which was also divergence. Yeah, seems to me that that's the one I have, right? So the divergence indicator it is, guys. It actually kind of plots for you the bears and so on and so forth as well, which is kind of cool. Like you've got the bulls. Can you guys see that? It will also plot hidden bulls. Oops. It will also plot hidden bulls as well. Like you again, divergence has two types, right? Normal divergence, and then you've got the hidden divergences. So please go study that and kind of understand what that means. So that you can also kind of use that as an extra confluence when you're kind of trading. Right, so that's it for this video, and I will see you later in this week for the final combination of all the indicators that I use and what I look for when I take entries. And then next week, I'm actually so excited for next week because I haven't really done any live trades. I've just done markups on my charts, but I've not done any live trades during the holiday season as well as this week because it's NFP week, and I kind of typically just stay away from NFP week right now. But yeah, so I'm excited for next week where we kind of do a top-down analysis and we go back to our normal routine of marking up charts and kind of for the dailies and just kind of seeing what the charts are doing and what we can expect for the day. All right, so see you guys soon and have a good week ahead.